Okay, so this is probably my third time filling this up, and I wanted you to see that the more often you fill this up, the faster those filters seem to work. So we're just going to open it up, see what we got for water. I like that there's no drips after you shut it off. And then we'll take a look. That is crystal clear. Today we're taking a look at the 3-stage gravity water filter. And this is from the Membrane Solutions. And what's nice about this is that it's going to stand up pretty tall, going to hold a good amount of water, and you do have 3 carbon filters. I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to put this together, and then we're going to take a look at the quality of the water that comes from this. So first off, you got your basin where your water is going to come out of. You got a spigot right here that we're going to connect to the front, and then we've got this basin right here that's got holes in it where your filter system is going to be installed, and then you've also got a nice stand. In my opinion, it's going to work best if you are camping, because you can filter out some of the non-drinkable water that they offer at the campground. You can do lake water, stream water, creek water, whatever water seems to be a little bit contaminated. This is going to take out 99.9% of the contaminants, such as rust and chlorine and E. coli and other contaminants that may be in the water. So let's get started on this thing, show you step by step on how to put it together. Now, the carbon filter does feel a little bit gritty and sandy, but you're not going to get anything on your hands. So one thing you want to make sure that you do first is follow the instructions, and you're going to pull off this little wing nut here, and then you're going to insert the primer bulb. And that primer bulb is just going to sit on the top there, and then we're going to put it underneath the sink, and we're going to filter this out a few times. So that primer bulb is going to fit in there just like that. Okay, so an interesting thing here, an empty filter weighs just under 11 ounces. It's 10.68 ounces. After you have primed and rinsed out your filter, they are filled with water, and they go from 11 ounces up to 17.64 ounces. So it is retaining water. You can see where it's beginning to sweat down here at the bottom, where the water is being filtered out through. And so we're going to do our last one, and I'll show you how to install these. Okay, so once these have been rinsed thoroughly, then we can take, this is going to be our top bucket, we're going to put it on its side, and then we're going to just put these through the hole, and then we're going to put that wing nut on this end here. So when we are done, we're going to look like that in the center. Next thing we want to do is take this rubber boot, just lay it flat on the table, and then put our bottom basin into that. And that's going to look like that. Then we want to take our lid and go ahead and put our handle on our lid. And you don't really need to use a screwdriver. It is a Phillips head screw, but mine's tight without using a screwdriver. Then we're going to take our stand, and you do have 4 rubber feet on it, and then you have 2 cutouts here on each side, and those are just going to slip together just like that and make a stand right in the top. Just like that. And you can see how tall it stands. I'm 5'4". You can get your lid on there. We'll put water in there in just a minute. But we're going to go ahead and install our spigot. Now, our spigot does have a power button on it because it does have a UV adapter on it. This is the only one that's ever made with a UV adapter, and so you can't find that anywhere else. They do give you a nice little wrench here to make sure you get it tight. Now, one thing I will say about this water spigot is that it is still a bit loose, but that's just the way that it's made. You're not going to get that 100% tight. Now, we're going to go ahead and get this plugged into our power source, get some water in it, and see how she filters. Oh, and this is a nice wall adapter. It's got the USB-C and a USB-A 3.0, so that's really nice to have that. Okay, so what I want to show you is what's going on inside here. So I filled this up with water, and what's happening is the carbon filters are soaking up that water, and then it's dripping down through that little spigot. You can see here. So it's going to take a little bit once you first get your water in there before you're going to be able to have a glass of water, but it's going to be filtered, clean, and pure water. According to the user's manual, you don't want to drink your first batch of water out of here because you want to get all of the sediment that may be in those carbon filters and fill this back up again, and then you should be cleared to drink your second batch of water. Once this is full, you don't want to add more water to this because it's going to cause it to overflow. There is no rubber gasket here or rubber seal to keep the water from overflowing. 2 1/4 gallon top, 2 1/4 gallon bottom, and you don't want to add any more to that. So we're just going to open it up, see what we got for water. That's really good water. Now, I do also want to remind you to make sure that you're running that through them filters 2 times before you drink the water. It may look clear and it may look good, but if you feel the water and within those first couple of fills, it's going to feel just a little bit slimy because you've got the filters inside that you are getting all the dust, all the grime, all the stuff that's inside of them, you're getting it out. And so you want to make sure that those are good and clean and ready to go before you start drinking this. Now, this gravity filter was sent to me at no charge for this review, and this is definitely one that's going to sit in our camper, and it's going to provide us with good, pure drinking water, even when the park doesn't.